Tyler, you are by far the most interesting single-serving friend I've ever met. See, I have this thing, everything on a plane is single-serving, even the...
Well, I get it. It's very clever.
Oh, thank you.
How's that working out for you?
What?
Being clever.
Great.
That is Edward Norton in Fight Club, the now iconic 1999 movie that actually was not a hit when it was released 20 years ago this week. Fight Club capped a 3-year burst of movies that started Norton's career, beginning with Primal Fear and continuing with The People vs. Larry Flynn, Rounders, and American History X. He was nominated for a pair of Oscars and won a Golden Globe Award during that opening run, establishing him as one of Hollywood's best actors. 1999 was the same year Norton read a New York detective novel called Motherless Brooklyn. The actor decided he needed to buy the rights and turn the book into a movie. Norton wrote the script, pulled together his favorite collaborators, directed the movie, and of course, stars in it. Edward and I got together here in New York for a Sunday Sitdown to talk about Motherless Brooklyn and a lot more.
This is the theater, sweetheart. Don't be so self-conscious. That hurt.
Despite all the acclaimed roles he has played over the years and the respect he's earned from his fellow actors, Edward Norton still gets nervous that first day on set.
I never start a new one without feeling like mildly fraudulent. Like the first week of shooting any film, I'm like someone is going to go, wow, it's time to take away his license. Like,
you still feel that
oh,
way?
Yeah.
Come on,
yeah.
Really?
Absolutely.
Boys.
Frankly, Franco.
The new film Motherless Brooklyn has been on Norton's mind for the better part of 2 decades.
And then action, he breaks.
And he did just about everything but stitch the costumes.
You're writing the film, producing the film, you're directing the film, and you're starring in the film. How does that even work? Like, how do you pull off that day?
I'm going to be in recovery for years. People say, what do you do next? I'm like, sleep. Sleep, for God's sake.
A noir set in 1950s Brooklyn, Norton plays Lionel, a detective with Tourette's syndrome trying to solve a murder while bumping up against New York's political power.
She doesn't know. She doesn't know.
What don't I know?
It wasn't a noir detective movie in my mind. It was as much Forrest Gump or Rain Man, those films where you root for an underdog and you feel uplifted because they remind you it's good to be on the side of that guy, you know.
We find who did this and we square accounts.
The all-star cast includes Willem Dafoe, Bruce Willis, and Alec Baldwin playing a public development official who is reshaping the city.
And if I want to build highways while the rest of the country is broke, I'll punch through any damn neighborhood I want.
The day Alec did that monologue at the end, the entire crew was standing in the shadows with, like, riveted. I haven't seen a crew really watching an actor like that in a long time. It was really something.
Norton bought the rights to Motherless Brooklyn after reading the award-winning novel 20 years ago.
What was it that captivated you and grabbed you and made you willing to invest this much time in it?
I should give a very high-minded answer about how I saw deep themes with social resonance, but it was entirely the greedy actor, this guy with Tourette's syndrome and obsessive-compulsive disorder who has to solve the murder of his only friend.
Although it was 20 years in the making, was this the right moment for this movie?
I think that what the movie sort of digs into ultimately is, do we want to define heroism as the acquisition of power, of money, or are we going to define heroes as people who, even within their own struggles, stand up against that power and prioritize caring for other people? I think that argument is white hot right now.
Norton was raised in Columbia, Maryland, the oldest of 3. His father was a lawyer, his mother a teacher.
My parents, they weren't artists, but they were real aficionados, you know?
Yeah.
My mother taught English, taught Shakespeare, and took me to the theater all the time. We would make kung fu movies and we would move our mouths funny and then record the dialogue later.
Norton graduated from Yale and eventually made his way to New York to become a theater actor. In the movies, he made a splash right away, earning a Golden Globe Award and an Oscar nomination for the first film he ever appeared in, the 1996 thriller Primal Fear.
You ever come in here and pulling that tough guy on Aaron again, I will kick your ass to Sunday. You understand me?
What was it like to be thrust out of that Hollywood canon right out of the gate?
Well, it's a long time ago. Like I have certain memories of it. I had very difficult things going on in that exact same moment. My mother was ill and passed away. I sort of remember going like, did it do well? And they were like, yeah, it did really well. I was like, great. You know what I mean?
You're drunk.
I'm not drunk. I'm Irish.
He's been working in memorable roles ever since. As a white supremacist who finds redemption in American History X.
I am out. Out! And Danny is out too.
In his many collaborations with director Wes Anderson.
Jiminy Cricket, he flew the coop. You were looking for your lost dog spots.
And opposite Brad Pitt in the cult classic Fight Club, which celebrates its 20th anniversary this month.
And this is how I met Tyler Durden.
That movie got booed at the Venice Film Festival. It didn't do well at the box office.
Crazy. People forget that.
Yeah, but I don't think you could point to a film that I've been involved in that had a longer tail of cultural affirmation, you know?
The 50-year-old Norton, who has a young son with his wife, film producer Shauna Robertson, is famously private. In recent years, as Norton has pursued business and philanthropic interests off-screen, he has taken on fewer roles.
You show someone the trick too many times in a row, they're going to see it.
Catch on.
It's like
that one again.
Yeah, that one again. The bottom line is, over time, being well known for something can bring around opportunities to participate in other things that are important. I've been the UN ambassador for biodiversity for 10 years. We built a charitable fundraising platform called CrowdRise. The chance to do these things is part of being a citizen, participating, and not just being, you know, an artist. You don't want your kids sort of asking you the, like, what did you do in the war, granddad question when it comes to, like, 30 years from now when our kids are dealing with this and they're going like, what, you know, I'm Googling you, Dad. I'm looking back. Like, you didn't do anything. Like, you know, you don't want to be that person.
Motherless Brooklyn reminds us that when Edward Norton isn't working to save the future, he is a uniquely talented artist in the present. As he began work on the film as both star and director, those old first-day jitters were eased a bit by the fact that he is the one calling the shots.
By the way, that's the only reason I felt mildly okay, is I was like, at least no one else is going to cut my performance. They're going to...
You had security.
It's like what's supposed to be on the cutting room floor will be in my hands.
Motherless Brooklyn is in theaters on November 1st. To hear Edward talk about his first job out of college and how it helped to inspire Motherless Brooklyn, check out our web extras at today.com/Sunday. And don't forget to subscribe to the Sunday Sitdown podcast to hear the entire unedited interview with Edward Norton. You can find it on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get yours.